Anytime your child is in the car, cut that doggone music down and give your child a book. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood, guys. Y'all see who it is. It's your boy Yogi Benji, and we are back with another episode of the Save Our Youth podcast. And the topic today is stop contributing to the downfall of your children. I know you guys are wondering, what do I mean by that? Okay, so it was a study done not too long ago. I'm not really sure how long ago, but it wasn't long ago. And it showed that 66% of the U.S. students, United States students that live here in America, are reading below their reading level, or I believe it was like 22% are not reading at all. So what I mean when I say we have to stop contributing to the downfall of our children is, okay, so take for an example, Lil John John. If Lil John John is not reading at his level, we should not be trying to get Lil John John. We'll use a different name. Forget the name. Lil John John. We should not be getting Lil John John an iPhone, a tablet, a PlayStation, Jordans, what else? A Xbox, a big screen TV, or whatever. We should be getting Lil John John either some tutoring or some books. Okay? So, and I know I'm coming off kind of radical right now, but this is because this is like eats my soul when I see children that can't spell Jordan but have every pair of Jordans. You see, it kills me when I see children that can't read 2 or 3 sentences out of a book, but they could tell me every word in the latest hip hop or rap song. You know, they could show me any type of dance on TikTok and know it by heart. You know, so it's not that they can't read. It's like that they're not even being challenged to read. That education is like a second option, a third or a fourth option, honestly. So I just really feel like we're failing our kids when we go out and buy all of this nonsense to try to keep up with the other kids so our kids don't feel left out. But guys, if your child is not reading on their reading level or reading at all, they are already being left out. But they're being left out in the worst way possible, because a pair of Jordans that's not going to save their life. You see what I'm saying? So what we have to do is, like, in summertime is coming up. So guys, we cannot allow our children to just play on these games and tablets and cell phones all day long during this summer. We need to get out to these stores, buy some workbooks, talk to the school. And another thing, while I mentioned the school, hold on, I'm going to finish that thought real quick. We need to get out, talk to these schools, get them some worksheets, some workbooks, some flashcards, some crossword, some simple books that they can just read, guys. And don't just have them just read just to read. Like, tell them to write you a summary of what they're reading. So not only do you see that they're reading, you can see that they're comprehending what they're reading, guys. Because this has gotten out of hand. It's not getting out of hand. This has gotten out of hand. Kids nor parents are not putting education where it needs to be. It's almost like we're putting everything above education. And parents, I know it's easier to just give your child an iPad and tell them to go over there, tell her to go over there and stay on this thing all day so you could be on your phone, on Snapchat, on Instagram, whatever you're doing. I understand you had a long day and sometimes you just want to come home and sit down. But sit down after you tend to these people, to these children, to the youth, because they really, really need us. You guys don't understand. I'm not sure the percentage, but if a child cannot read, that child has a higher percentage of getting incarcerated. Like, the chances of that child destroying his future is high. It's very, very high. So what I'm saying tonight is, guys, we have to like really, 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 really put this work in with our children, guys. Because honestly, our children are all we have. The school system is failing them. The parents are failing them. The people in your village are failing them. The social media is failing them. These cell phones, these tablets, these iPads, these PlayStations, all of this stuff is failing our children. And so it's time for us to step in and say, look, I mean what I say, and I'm going to say what I mean. We need to help our youth. And maybe it's not your child. Maybe it's your cousin. Maybe it's your nephew. I don't know. Maybe it's the kid next door. But we need to start forming book clubs. We need to start forming little outings. Anytime your child is in the car, cut that doggone music down and give your child a book so your child can try to read or understand that reading is very important. And I understand that a lot of the parents, maybe you guys are not readers, and you don't necessarily have to be, but tell your child how important it is to read. And if you don't know how important it is, continue to watch this channel. If you don't want to watch this channel, then go look up some statistics and see what's going on out here in this world, guys. We cannot continue to just sit back and allow this to happen. Like this, guys, this thing it's out of hand, guys. I'm telling you, it's completely out of hand. Girls and boys. This is completely out of hand. So parents, please, I'm begging you. Summertime is coming up. I know you have to work. I understand how hard it is being a parent, but we need to put these kids first. And when I say put these kids first, I'm not talking about buying them no shoes, clothes, electronics. I'm talking about buying them books. Stop saying that your child does not have a problem. If your child is a little delayed, get that boy a tutor. Get that girl a tutor. If you don't feel like sitting down doing it yourself, get someone that go pay somebody to do it. If you don't have the funds, go find a family member that you know that could possibly help you with this. Because we do not want our children to fall behind. Because once a child falls behind, that child is going to give up. It's easier to give up than what it is to try. So what I'm saying is, guys, and with all these outside influences from these cell phones and in these games, they be talking to people that we don't even know. Like a lot of the times these children just be in their room with their door closed on their cell phones or on a tablet. We don't know what they're watching. The parental controls are not even activated. I seen this thing called spicy control on YouTube. And so I don't know what that is, but I guess you could turn it up and less spicy stuff will come on. I'm not really sure. I don't care. What I'm saying is, guys, we need to take control of our children's lives because we are losing them. We're losing them to the system. We're losing them to the internet. We're losing them to the outside influences. We are losing our children. And just look around. Just look around. And I feel like we need to stop saying these kids are crazy and like actually try to do something about it. You see what I'm saying? So when you watch this video, like really, really, really take a look at yourself and see, like, are you one of these people that I'm talking about? Or are you someone that's doing everything you can to ensure the future of your child? Because, guys, this thing is scary. And like I tell the youth all the time, guys, know yourself. Teach your children about themselves. Like, and when I say about themselves, like let them know how important they are to the world. Let them know what they are capable of. Let them know that they're not just a normal child. Like, you are a genius. So you need to carry yourself like a genius. Young man, y'all are kings. Carry yourselves like kings. Young women, y'all are queens, princesses. Carry yourself as one. I'm telling you. Like, I was having a conversation with a good brother the other day, and I was just telling him how lost and confused the youth, like majority of the youth I see, how lost and confused they are. But he was telling me, he say, if you think about how much outside influences that these kids that they have in their lives, and like the crazy part is majority of these children don't even know themselves. They don't even know their history. They don't even know like how great they really are. They're just looking at another lost soul trying to find trying to find validation in these nobodies. You know, majority of these rappers and stuff that y'all listening to, they're nobodies. I told one of my other students the other day, he has a F in school, and I was like, I didn't tell him this, but I was thinking in my head. Now, I came to a couple of his football games. He's an amazing football player, by the way. And I noticed that his family shows up for the football games. I'm talking about uncles from out of town, cousins, nephews, all of them. They are all there. I'm talking about from the older generation all the way down to the younger generation. They have signs made, shirts made. He got little custom cleats with his name on it, all this stuff, right? But I've been looking at his agenda, and the teacher has been trying to schedule a parent-teacher conference for the past 2 months. So in my head, I'm saying, your family can show up for your football games on a Saturday, but they can't take 30 minutes out. No one, if your mom work, okay. No one can take 30 minutes out of their schedule to find out what is going on in this class that my child has an F in here. What do I need to do to bring this grade up? What could possibly be done to help my child? No one is considering coming to the school and talking to this lady. She's been trying to schedule a parent-teaching conference for at least 2 months now, maybe 3. But every Saturday, the whole family can show up to a doggone football game, a city league football game. Now, I'm not putting the family down. I'm just saying these are the things that we are concerned about, guys. So if this child see you guys so worried about him scoring at a football game and not worried about him getting a better grade in his language arts class, what do you think he's going to think is more important? If he could get shoes anytime, clothes anytime. I mean, it's not just him. It's not. I'm just talking about this specific person because I'm seeing it with my own eyes. But I'm really seeing it all around. But if children could see that materials are more important than education, then they're not even going to try. They're not. That's why majority of these kids fall in love with the materials, because they don't have the education to back them. They don't. If you know you can't read, you're not going to be worried about a book. Of course, you're going to be saying your pandas or whatever the latest shoe is. Yeah, check these out. Of course, you're going to be saying that because you can't. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, guys, we really have to reach way down right now and pick up our youth, guys. We have to. And like I said, this might not be your child. This could be a friend's child, a cousin, a nephew, the next door neighbor's child. Like, we have to start helping these kids because they don't know any better. Kids only do what you allow them to do. Which means if you allow your child to come home every day and lay down and get on that iPad, get on that tablet and all of this stuff, that's what they're going to do. Like, come on, guys. This is the next generation. Like, these children are going to be the ones that's like going to be taking care of us and stuff like that. Like, we really need to put thought into this stuff. I told my students the other day, I say, you really have to think about the future you, because you have to live with that person. Like, the decisions that you make now are going to affect the you in the future that you still have to live with. You're still you. You see what I'm saying? You're still that person. It's not like in Grand Theft Auto where you could get wasted and then it reset. You see, it's no reset to this, guys. Like, what you're doing now is contributing to the you in the future. And that's the same thing with the parents, guys. What we are doing now for our kids is going to reflect on them in the future. Therefore, reading is a must. Education is a must. We need to put that right under God. First is God, then it's your education. And then in your spare time, or when you done pulled your grades up, or when you could write me a summary or an essay. Crazy thing. So they have fast essay state testing or something like that where they have to they have to do an essay writing. I only knew 3, maybe 4 students that was practicing writing essays. So if the child is not reading, not writing an essay, he don't even know essay structure, like prompt writing. You don't know about an intro, an outro, conclusion, the 3 paragraphs in the middle. Don't even know the prompt structure. How in the world can this kid pass a Florida essay writing if they're not even practicing writing, guys? Not only are they not practicing writing, he's going home getting on that doggone tablet and PlayStation every day. So he's not even thinking about writing nor reading. You have 5th and 6th graders that don't even know how to use certain words, like, because they're not reading. I don't want to keep going on a rant because I don't want to make it sound like you guys are bad parents, because you guys are not bad parents. I know you love your children. That's why you're getting them the Jordans and the PlayStations and the Xboxes and all this stuff that don't really matter. You see what I'm saying? I understand that. But what I'm saying is, and it's okay to buy them things. But what I'm saying is, number one, do not let them get caught up in materials. Materials over education. That is the worst mindset ever. I call it the Blee mindset. I'm gonna do another episode on that. It's called the Blee mindset, and we'll talk about that later. But back to this. Let's not get our children caught up on the materials, guys. Get them caught up on books. Tell them to love books, love reading just as much as they love those Jordans, just as much as they love that PlayStation, just as much as they love that iPhone, just as much as they love that iPad that they get on and do absolutely nothing on, guys. Unless you're watching Yogi Benji on YouTube, then you might get a pass. But do your work first and then watch some Yogi Benji on YouTube. You get what I'm saying? And I know, like I said, I know I'm not talking to everyone, but I kind of am talking to everyone, because no one is left out from this. Even if you are doing this, do it some more. Encourage your friends to do it with their children. Like I said, start a book club amongst the kids and have them to just sit down on certain days and just read to each other or just read to the parents. And I know the parents are saying that y'all don't have time. Well, what do y'all have time for? Because what I don't have time for is to go see my son down there at the prison. I don't have time for that. But what I do have time for, I do have time to sit down and listen to him read these books to me, or sit down and watch him write this essay or read his essay when he get done. I have all the time in the world for that. But I do not have time to be putting money on your books. I do not have time to be picking up no collect calls. I do not have time to be wasting my good gas going down there seeing you in no prison hole. I don't have time for that. That's what we don't have time for, guys. So prioritize, prioritize, prioritize. God, education, kids, then Jordan, PlayStation, iPad, Nintendo, whatever. All that other stuff. Okay? I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from tonight. I hope I didn't leave out. Let me see. It doesn't even matter. Y'all understand where I'm coming from. Just understand where I'm coming from. We have to reach down and pull these youth up, guys. Pull up the youth and tell them to pull their pants up too. Tell them to get that mess off their head and put something in it. Yogi Benji, baby. I'm out.